Okay then, let's talk Monkey Juice by Tru Tension. This is a gel bike cleaner. So what is this stuff? How does it work? Let's take a look in this video at what it is, how it fits in with the washing cycle, how it actually performs. We'll put it through its paces, see what it actually does, see whether it actually holds up to the test. And at the end of the video, I'll give it a rating and see if I recommend it or not. What I will say at the very start of this video, I'll let you know that Tru Tension were kind enough to send me this product out for free, so no money has changed hands. I'm going to put it through its paces fairly, give you my honest opinion of it. So how do I go about cleaning my bike normally? Well, I'm only just getting into Tru Tension products over recent weeks since I've got the bike. Normally, I clean the bike with my auto gleam stuff that I have for the cars. So that would involve their 3-stage wash kit. So I'll snow foam the bike down, let that sit, dwell, clean it all off. Then I use their wash kind of stuff that also goes into the snow foam lance. So you wash it off with that, rub it all down. And then they use a kind of ceramic spray coat that goes onto the bike afterwards as well, so it gets into all the nooks and crannies. I find that really useful. What I would say is their snow foam is pretty good, so this has got some hard competition to follow, but the idea behind this Tru Tension Monkey Gel Bike Cleaner is it replaces the snow foam stage. So if you're at a household without access, let's say you live in an apartment block, you've not had a driveway, you've got no hose pipe, you've got no jet washer, this stuff is meant to replace all of that. So it's good for people that are just doing a normal bucket wash. So we'll spray it all down, we'll see how it works. On the back it says to shake the bottle well, spray the monkey juice onto the dirty surface, let it sit for a while, best used on wet surfaces, agitate with a brush and sponge where appropriate, and then rinse thoroughly. So, shall we get to it, see what this stuff's actually like? So step one is to wet the bike down. There we go. Right, as you probably tell on the camera, the weather is turning. It looks bad. So I'm going to have to be quick with this one. So first step, like I say, wet the bike off. That's what it says to do in the instructions. Let's get to it. We've got rain. I'm going to have to pause, mate. It's raining. Ooh. Okay, well, the good news is the rain appears to have absolutely fecked off and we've got the sun back, so we can get back to it. So, wet the bike down, and it says best applied, most effective on a wet surface. So I'm going to get straight to it. We're going to spray this stuff on and we're going to see just how well it does at removing all the crud and dead flies and stuff that are all over that bike. So, cue the montage. So first impressions of this stuff is it smells amazing. It smells properly nice. It says on the bottle, banana fragranced. They weren't lying. Definitely smell that in it. Smells great. So I'm just going to spray it on the most affected areas. And the worst bits right at the front of the bike where all those flies and that have absolutely mullered into the bike. Get it in there as well. To get on the back wheels as well, because the wheel is absolutely caked in brake dust. I'm going to get all over that wheel. Right in there. All under here, all that mud's flicked up. Okay then, so I've got to leave it on there for a couple of minutes. It says to leave it on there, foam, let it work for 2 to 3 minutes. So we'll sit it behind us, let that run, and we'll have a quick look at it. So how much have I used? One bike covering, I'd say the whole bike is pretty well covered there. And I think it's hard to tell with all the bubbles and stuff in it. That's about how much I've used, as you can see. It's a bit difficult to tell, but I reckon that'll settle out for about there. So I reckon you've probably got about 4, maybe 5 if you're good with it, 5 washers out of a full bottle, which isn't too bad. We'll figure out the value for money with that as we get to it. We'll let that sit, and while that's sitting, I'll fill up a bucket and sponge, and we'll start agitating it. so that's technically it. That's been sat dwelling for long enough now. I should just now have to rinse it off and give it a dry. We'll see what the end result's like. So back onto the hose. Ah! Alright, let's have a quick look at the end result. I am pretty impressed with that. So for one thing, it's lifted all of that dirt off. Look how much better this bike looks. All that dried in bug grime and all that dirt lifted straight off. I'd be happy with that as the end finish. Dry it off, but very impressed. Just for one product, I need to rinse under there again, but just for one product, that has done an absolutely stellar job. Yeah, dead happy with that. Okay, so final thoughts. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. So what does it lose a star for? The thing it loses a star for, I think, is because you can't really get a big, thick, even spread with this nozzle. It's quite concentrated. The blast is quite like local to one spot. I'd like it if that had a bit more of an even spread, so you could get better coverage across the entire bike. If you're just using it to quickly clean your bike, then yeah, really do recommend it. But a proper snow foam in a lance does get you a better coverage. So if they could just find a way of getting that to spread a little bit better, then I'd be really impressed with this. Would I recommend you go out and buy it? Yeah, definitely. It's really strong, really good stuff. The bike literally needs nothing else now. Just need to dry it off, put it back in the garage. I'd be very happy with the way that looks. So it saves me faffing around with hose pipes and jet washers and running cables and stuff to really give the bike a deep clean. Yes, like I say, really do recommend it. Love the smell of it. Very, very nice. That's a benefit when you're using it as well. What I would say as well, now it's had time to properly settle down, you see we're probably about 1/3 of the way down the bottle. So you've got about 2/3 of it left over from what I've just used. It's worth noting, on the bottle there's a concentrated refill line. So you actually fill it with water to there and dump one of the sachets isn't that dance move? Well, you dump the gel cleaner into it and you get a refill at that point. It's actually cheaper than buying a whole new bottle. So that's good value for money. But yeah, like I say, overall 4 out of 5 stars. Do wholeheartedly recommend it. If you haven't got a jet wash and you don't have access to hose pipes and so forth, and you're still using the old bucket and sponge method for cleaning your bike. Overall, yeah, very impressed. Well, thanks for watching the video anyway. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and you stick around and subscribe, do all that kind of social media stuff. As I say, all my videos, I've only just started doing this, so the best way to motivate me to keep going and creating content like this is to subscribe. I see those numbers growing, watch the videos, share the content, follow me on Instagram and that as well. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. I know what you all want me to do, and if you're stuck around this far, you can have it. You can have a go, you can listen.